Good evening everyone, Ads here from Unity Trading Group. Welcome to your Monday night update. Before we begin this evening, hit that like button, tap the subscribe button if you can, and of course tick the bell to stay updated on all of our content. We aim to stream 5 nights a week. And here we are for our first one, Monday night with BTC. Where have we been? Where are we going? What can we expect to happen over the next week or so? Now, BTC been pretty predictable, I should say. We've been slipping for quite some time. We've spent a lot of time in trending below the 50, which is basically trending in the bearish area. You can see the difference immediately on the chart. So if I give you this scenario here, we were trending upwards, we were trending above that 50 RSI, and of course now to the flip side, we are trending downwards and we are now trending below the 50 in the red zone. So if you haven't taken advantage of using this indicator that we've got, it's UTG RSI. UTG-RSI can be found on the indicators and strategies tab in TradingView. It is free. Make sure you take full advantage of that. Now, with BTC, where are we going, should I say, on this Monday evening? So this level that we're at currently is, in my opinion, the most relevant level of demand. I've been speaking about this for quite some time. It is the area of highest quality, and I say that because we are at the most crucial pivot point that we have found ourselves since 65,000. It has been pretty much a 50% retrace since 65k. Let's measure that out. And there we are, 53.95% currently since the top to the lowest extremity of this market currently. So we've had this retest of this 30,000 mark. It is a psychological round number, as we've spoken about in the past, and it is a high quality level of demand. So we've had two retests of this level, first occurring on the 19th of May, and of course we've just had a retest. It was this morning, earlier today. So we are seeing a reaction off this level currently, and we are retesting that 23.6 mark off the Fibonacci retracement that swings from up here at around 50 or 60,000 all the way down to 30. And we are seeing the 23 being respected. So this is okay for a movement to the upside, a knee-jerk reaction, should I say, for this market. And it really comes down to, are we going to continue this trend, or are we going to break it and continue further to the upside and possibly retest some of the further levels of fibs? So I've drawn two lines in from late last week, which is the 61 and the 50, which still are playing out, or not so much playing out, but are still relevant in my opinion. But if we're going to continue to the upside, I would suspect we would be looking around this 38.2, which resides around the $40,000 mark. Again, around psychological resistance level. The price will always gravitate to these nice round numbers, 30K, 40K, 50, 60,000 for BTC. So we're always looking for these levels, of course, pairing with levels of fibs, pairings with levels like supply and demand, and of course gravy train as we do see fit. And of course you can see our gravy train indicator playing very nicely as resistance, and of course lining up very nicely now with our level of demand, supply. And it is low quality, this level of supply that we are referring to. If you want to know more about gravy train, you can see the validity of this indicator. Stay tuned for more deals that we've got coming for GT. And of course, you can find out more in the link in the description down below. And of course, those links down below will take you to our TradingView, and they'll also take you to our Discord. Please join the conversation. We are pretty much active all hours of the day. But in any case, we do need to see BTC start to retrace towards that 38. 38 is the most relevant level, in my opinion, when it comes to this sort of movement or this sort of slippage to the downside. So I would like to see BTC retest the $41,000 mark, or even the $40,000 mark in regards to our level of supply. that pretty much sums up what I think about BTC currently. We have retested this level of demand with some force, and we have been wicked down. The second one, we didn't quite get to that point. So we could have a more significant upwards trajectory movement on the 4-hour time frame than we have seen as of late. And that really resides with the 23.6 being broken to the upside if we can get through that. You can see some of these alts are faring a little bit better in the sense of a recovery since the bottom that they've found themselves in. But in general, in general sense, in general terms, we've been smashed this market lately. So I do feel for anyone who is hurting at the moment. Again, Ty did mention this in the Discord, and I'm going to say it here. If you do want to reach out, if you do want someone to talk to, not so much financial advice, just guidance in general, some general sense of things, you can always reach out to myself or text in the Discord. Those links are down below. Of course, moving on, let's have a look at ETH. So ETH playing out in the sense of in the same sense as BTC, but it's been a little bit sporadic in the way these levels have been identified. And of course, we are seeing some lower volume, and these areas that we're looking for are not high quality levels of demand. So it is easier for the price to move through them, as we've seen just here. But in the sense of things, in the USD pairings, we are seeing recoveries to the upside, and I've probably got a few too many demands drawn in currently. So let's clean up this chart. But in the sense of ETH, we are seeing a very similar trajectory as BTC, and so we should. It is a USD pairing. And we haven't quite reached the 23.6 as it stands for Ethereum. But in any case, we are seeing the same sort of price action be maintained in the sense of we are looking at a level of supply at around the 38.2. That could come to light over the next little bit in the sense of moving to the upside, but we're really looking at the big guy BTC for real market direction. So make sure you're charting BTC and looking at the chart and paying attention to it. Moving on tonight, we'll have a look at the dominance. Dominance has been faring quite well since making a bottom here at 40%, and those levels have been, marked into the price or marked into the price action for quite some time. If we're looking at the daily charts, you can see the validity of these levels. If I draw in the most relevant level on the daily time frame in the sense of a level of demand, I didn't have it in previously, but you can see immediately the validity of this level. Exactly like BTC, we are looking at a significant market pivot with a fantastic retest to the right hand side. So it is no joke why we bounced off this point. And in a general sense to that, we were quite oversold. We have been for quite some time, but in the same token, we're trending underneath the 50 RSI. So we have broken above, but it's a little bit too early to tell if we are going to continue this trajectory to the upside in the sense of the dominance. So make sure you keep it on your radar, but we will zoom back into the 4-hour time frame to see where we're at. So drawing a level of fibs from left to right, we want to see a retracement from this upwards trajectory that we've seen. Of course, the 38.2 is something that we look forward to at 45.24%. But in this instance, it's looking like to me, that the 61.8 might be a little bit more reliable in this instance. Let's make it white. If I can draw it properly. There we go. So you can see the validity of the price action to the to the left-hand side of that 61.8. And that's more the reason why I'm thinking we might have a descent towards that level, but it could go either way. We need to see it retest that 38.2 and give us a little bit more information when it does get there. And the last one to conclude our update for this evening is the DXY. It is a regulated market, not financial advice at all, just ideas and opinions of us here at UTG. We follow the DXY with precision TA usually here on the channel, and of course today is no exception. We have been responding to the DXY in regards to its slippage. We were drawing Fibonacci from left to right, and that wasn't drawn correctly to a T, so let's fix that up currently. There we go. So you can see the validity of using something like Fibonacci for our levels here. And I'm going to put Gravy Train back on the chart because I'm just going to display the validity of GT. So again, if you're interested in Gravy Train, you can find out in the links below. And stay tuned. We've got some more giveaways and some more goodies to come with Gravy Train. In the instance of the DXY, however, it does look to me like we'll continue the descent towards our 89.149 level of interest down here, in the sense of a level of demand. And we might see that level at -27 at 89.35 be tested in the immediate term. But we are creating lower highs on the way down, and it does look like that trend will continue at least until the middle of this week, but we'll wait and see. Thank you all for joining me this evening. I'm Ads from UTG. Again, sorry to harp on, but if you want to join the conversation down in the Discord, you can find the link in the description below. Excuse me. I'm Ads from UTG, and I'll see you tomorrow.